On my channel, and it's been 4 months since my last review video. It's a really busy semester for me, and it's eventually finished. I'm graduated now, so I bought myself a graduation gift, the HD800S. So I won't make an unboxing video today because I already unboxed it, and I'll do a short review of it today, and also comparing it to the HD800, my previous favorite dynamic driver headphone, and it's currently my favorite now. Bye bye. No, no. Well, as always, the appearance first. No, there's no any difference on the appearance except the colors. So I'm pretty sure that there's nothing changed on structure outside. I mean, the outside structure. But from the inside, the Sennheiser claimed that they add a absorber technology from the 800, which covers the unit, and it removed the 6 kHz peak, and I will talk about this later. And well, actually, I mean, about the color, I still prefer the silver looking of the HD800 because well, it feels like something they would use in a Star Trek movie or any other the science fiction movie. And this one looks like a Darth Vader version of it. Some people say this one is more badass, but I still prefer the silver HD800 in terms of the appearance. Well, the sound. Well, the removal of the 6 kHz peak. Some people just say that it's just a small change. It might just make it a slightly less harsh sounding HD800, but no, absolutely not that simple. Let's have a very simple acoustical physics lesson here right now. Well, the sound you hear in real life are basically the combination of the fundamental frequency and its harmonics in different ratio. So the second harmonics of the 3 kHz sound is 6 kHz. The 12 harmonics of a 500 Hz sound is 6 kHz, and of course it's removing a peak which covers a small range. So it's actually affecting all the sound of different musical instrument or vocal or anything comes out from your headphones. So a slight change on anything makes a obvious overall change. So so it changed quite a lot to me, and I was amazed by it. When I was trying this, trying the HD800S from my friend, and I instantly decided to purchase it as my graduation gift. And to make it simple, when I put it on, the first thing I noticed it sounds warmer, and then it sounds slightly thicker. It has better bass. The soundstage is slightly smaller, but how do I say? It feels like it has a clear boundary of the soundstage, and everything is more like surrounding you. While the HD800 it's more laid back, and the boundary of it is not very clear. The sound is like fading away, very far away to nowhere. I mean, on the HD800. But it absolutely has the most huge soundstage that I ever heard in the dynamic driver headphone. But I do think this one makes the clear boundary and a more stable soundstage, make it slightly more three-dimensional to me. And the vocal also become slightly closer to you. And I also noticed that the HD800 it's easy to drive. When I'm using my Quad Hugo to drive them, maybe somebody noticed it become a black one. Yeah, last time I was using a silver one. I exchanged this with my friend. I have no idea why. I prefer a silver HD800, but I like a black Quad Hugo. I have no idea. Okay, anyway. So when driving it with the Quad Hugo, the HD800S sounds a bit too dry and thin to my ears. which is definitely not pleasanting. I don't like to listen to music with this combination for a long time. But with the HD800S, it sounds richer, slightly warmer. Everything is slightly more pleasanting compared to this one, while you're pairing with the Cod Hugo. So I do think it's more easier to drive, although the units are still the same, the resistance is still the same. So it might just an illusion caused by the slightly richer tuning of the HD800S. But anyway, I would still say it's easier to drive. At least you can get a more pleasanting sound easier compared to the HD800. And well, I would like to do a very straightforward and simple comparison between them on the characteristic. So first, what's the same? What kind of characteristic they still sharing? The extraordinary high resolution, the extremely clear details, and the very good positioning, layering, and also a clear imaging. And what's better on the HD800S? The bass. You can clearly hear that it goes deeper. It's more punchy, it's more bouncy, and the amount of bass is also a tad more than the HD800. And the vocals, the vocals is more close to your ears on the HD800S. And but most importantly, the tonality is different. You know, it has more emotion. It's warmer. It has more body. While this one sound a bit too, you know, solemn and a bit slightly dry. And you can also hear the microdynamics of the musical instrument clearly with the HD800S. You know, the very small move in the sound, it makes the music more lively with the HD800S. And I also like the presentation of the musical instrument on the HD800S, as the tone and the texture of the musical instrument are more realistic to my ears. You know, while you listen to this for a long time and then you switch back to the HD800, you feel a slightly more metallic sounding on the treble of the HD800S. Some people notice that very early while they're using the HD800, but since I've already get used to this kind of sound after using it for more than a year, it's completely okay for me. But this one, it handles it more, you know, in a more natural way. The presentation is more relaxing and more natural. So I would like to say that this one is better on the musical instrument in terms of the, you know, the realistic presentation. And the soundstage, well, this one is quite personal. Some people only love huge soundstage. Someone love a very stable and clear boundary soundstage, and this one is the clear boundary one. And although it's slightly smaller than the HD800, I mean the soundstage is still bigger than many other flagship headphones. And yeah, and also easier to drive. So what's better on the HD800? Yes, of course, there's still things that better on the HD800. It has a slightly better separation on music details. The imaging of the HD800, it's a tad thinner, but it's still more exquisite compared to the HD800. And you know, the soundstage is bigger, of course, and so it still have the advantage on listening to orchestra music or classical music or any kind of you know, instrumental music with a huge group of people. And yeah, but I still prefer the HD800. So if you're you know, still deciding buying one of these, I would definitely recommend the HD800S. And if you already have the HD800, and you only listen to orchestra music or classical music, you can still keep this. You don't really have to buy this one because of the slightly better separation and the exquisite imaging. It still sounds better on listening to orchestra, classical, something like that. But if you would like to listen to if you want to listen to more kind of music with a more lively sounding, with a more emotion, this is your choice, definitely. And I really love the presentation of it. So yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for your watching. Hope you like my review, and please subscribe.